the audience.
I'm Justin. I'll also be the audience.
Good afternoon. My name is Pearl. As a U.S. Navy veteran, I've learned that not all wounds bleed. Some stay in your mind long after the uniform comes off. Today, I'm going to discuss why veterans experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, should receive mandatory mental health screenings and improved access to treatment when transitioning out of military service. Thousands of service members return to civilian life each year, while many successfully integrate. A significant amount of unseen psychological challenges caused by exposure to trauma, combat stress, and the rapid shift from military structure to civilian life independence. Addressing this issue is not only important for veterans' health, but also for their families, communities, and the nation that relies on them. As a U.S. military veteran, I've had firsthand exposure to challenges service members face while transitioning out of active duty, especially concerning mental health. I have witnessed how PTSD can affect not only veterans themselves, but also their ability to maintain relationships, family stability, employment, and overall quality of life. Additionally, many veterans, including myself, have experienced the difficulty of navigating the VA disability process, long wait times for mental health services, and the struggle of having legitimate PTSD symptoms overlooked or undercompensated. These experiences provide me with both personal understanding and the informed insight into how the current system falls short in supporting those who have served. First, I'll explain what PTSD is and why veterans are at risk. Next, I'll show how untreated PTSD harms veterans and society. Finally, I'll share solutions. Mandatory PTSD screening and expanded treatment programs to the VA. Before we can fix anything, we must first understand the problem. What is PTSD and why are veterans at high risk? PTSD is a mental health condition caused by experiencing or witnessing trauma, such as combat, death, or explosions, according to the National Institute of Mental Health. Symptoms include nightmares, flashbacks, anger, hypervigilance, avoidance, guilt, insomnia, and emotional numbness. Harvard Medical School explains that trauma can keep the brain stuck in fight or flight mode. Veterans may react to fireworks, loud noises, crowded stores, or even driving because their brains believe that they are still in danger. Many veterans avoid help due to stigma, fear of appearing weak, concerns about rank, clearance, or losing career opportunities. The transition process focuses on paperwork and medical checks, but rarely includes mandatory mental health evaluations, leaving many veterans untreated. Military culture teaches service members to push it through. So many do not recognize PTSD symptoms until relationships, jobs, or safety are at risk. Now that we understand PTSD, we need to talk about what happens when it's ignored. Why is PTSD a serious problem? According to the United States Department of Veteran Affairs, 17 veterans die by suicide every day, more than 6,000 a year. Rand Corporation reports that nearly 50% of veterans with PTSD never receive treatment due to fear, lack of awareness, or frustration with the VA system. PTSD strains relationships. Veterans become withdrawn, irritable, emotionally distant, which increases divorce rates and broken families. PTSD affects physical health. It's linked to high blood pressure, chronic pain, headaches, substance abuse, and self-harm. Many veterans turn to alcohol or drugs to cope with insomnia, panic, or guilt, which leads to addiction, domestic conflict, and financial problems. According to the U.S. Interagency Council of Homelessness, veterans make up 11% of the homeless population in America. PTSD, unemployment, and lack of support are the major causes. Veterans often struggle to navigate VA disability claim process. They must provide proof their trauma is service connected, which is hard if records are missing. Many are denied PTSD compensation or wait months to years for approval, leaving them without financial support for therapy, medication, transportation, or housing. Long wait times discourage treatment. In some areas, veterans wait up to 3 to 6 months for VA mental health appointment. Some give up early. These outcomes are preventable, so what can we actually do? Require mandatory PTSD screenings after deployment and before separation. Private mental health interviews, not just quick questionnaires. Screenings must be followed with real treatment, including CBT, EMDR therapy, medication when needed, group therapy, and service dogs for severe anxiety. Increase VA mental health funding to hire more psychologists, psychiatrists, social workers, and ensure wait times are less than 30 days. Improve disability claim processing. Simplify paperwork. Apply witness statements from fellow service members and flag combat veterans for automatic PTSD review. Expand community support, crisis hotlines, veteran peer mentors, nonprofit therapy programs, family counseling, job placement services, and transitional housing. Educate family members on PTSD signs so they can support veterans instead of misunderstanding their behavior. Now let's bring it all together. In closing, PTSD veterans is not just a military issue, it's a national responsibility. There are men and women who served their country, yet are left to fight invisible war when they return home. First, we learned what PTSD is, a psychological injury caused by trauma, often ignored because of stigma and a lack of required mental health screenings. Second, we saw how untreated PTSD leads to tragic consequences: suicide, addiction, broken families, homelessness, and veterans being denied disability benefits or timely care. Third, we discussed real, achievable solutions: mandatory PTSD for all transitioning service members, expanded VA funding for treatment, faster disability claim approvals, and stronger community and family support systems. If America is brave enough to send people into combat, America must be brave enough to care for them when the war is over. Veterans should not have to beg for help, prove their trauma, or fight a new war against the very system that is meant to protect them. We cannot bring back 17 veterans who die by suicide every day, but we can protect the ones that are here. Mandatory PTSD screening and proper treatment is not charity. It is a promise that if you serve this country will not abandon you.